Hey everybody, let me make sure this is recording this time. Success. Hey, welcome back to Hot Mess Hobbies. We're still a hot mess. The hottest hot mess. I'm sorry it's been a minute. I tried to record this a couple times. Once I recorded it, got smart, thought something was off, realized the ring light wasn't on, so it was really dark and you couldn't see. Second time, apparently the video didn't start, so I recorded the whole thing and it wasn't there because it wasn't recording. But the third time was a doozy. So I had my ring light on, I had everything set up, it was actually recorded the whole thing. Realized at the end I'd taken my bra off, like earlier in the day. You know, when you get home and you're done with your errands or whatever and you just kind of fling it wherever it goes because you can't be bothered. Well, I set the girls free and I forgot about it. And it was pretty warm and things, and I had a shirt on and I was dressed and stuff, so I was like, oh, well, maybe I can get away with it. And maybe I could have if I didn't have a ring light. Because when you shine a ring light at a shirt, when you have nothing underneath that shirt, you might as well be topless. So it was about to be a really, really exciting video, y'all. I basically did like a topless knitting WIP parade by accident, which is why this is called Hot Mess Hobbies. You think it's like a cute name? No, I am a hot mess. So no topless knitting WIP parade for you. I'm so sorry. But we don't know each other that well. So I was just cracking up. I was like, of course I look topless with this daylight lamp thing shining on me. So yeah, obviously I'm redoing it. I am fully clothed, nothing showing through. I have my coffee. Doctor said I need more water, so I'm drinking some coffee. Anyone who tells me that doesn't count, I don't believe you. If I pour water in the pot to make the coffee, it's gotta have water in it. So, and yes, I know that doesn't count as water. I'm just being sarcastic like I do. But still, I love my coffee. And there's some water in it, right? Elixir of life. Anyway, knitting WIP parade. Let's get to it. Also, if you watched my WIP parade for cross stitch, one, I apologize because I realized it was hard to see most of the WIPs because I had them back farther. Some brilliant people made great suggestions, which I so appreciate. And so I have a table in front of me, like a tray table. I've owned these tray tables for, I don't know, 10 years. I don't think I've ever used them, but this is their moment to shine. So I should be much closer. You should be able to see me better, see everything better. And from now on, if this works well, this will be our setup. My stitchy chair is still over there and it's still being claimed by my dog. So I don't think you'll get to see me over there. Anyway, but if you watch the WIP parade for cross stitch and you responded in the comments and were interested in any of the giveaway items, I will wait until my first full regular update, not in the WIP parades, to pick who those winners are. So if I can figure out how to film the random comment picker thingy, I will. Otherwise, you might just have to take my word for it. I'm trying to figure out how to do video editing. I have an iPhone I'm recording on, a PC laptop. So I'm trying to figure out how to get the video off the iPhone and get it to talk to the PC and all that stuff. So anyway, you don't care about that. Let's get into the fun stuff. Knitting WIPs. So, huge moment, okay? Huge moment. First finish of 2023. You get to see it. It's probably the only finish you'll see for a long time because I'm way faster at starting things than finishing them. But this is the Wildlings Alley Shawl by Erica Flory. I'll put that up there so you can see her name. I keep a card in all of my bags just to keep me more organized. I should have these for my cross stitch. But I started this on August 23rd of 2021. And let me show you this beauty. I have not blocked it or woven in the ends, which I like to do after blocking. But this shawl is so pretty. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna wear it for a minute and I'll tell you about the yarn. So it's Arusiana Hosco sock hand painted in Capuchin Bird is, which one? this one. Camp Fiber Yarns Sleek and Strong Fingering in Fruit Salad is this like dark cranberry color here. And then I used Yarn Bee Authentic Hand Dyed Tonal in Chestnut Ember as this sort of main color. So Capuchin Bird, Fruit Salad, Chestnut Ember, and I love it. The original pattern calls for 2 colors, so the waves in one, and then sort of the solid background color in, or not solid, but the consistent background color in another. I decided I wanted to use 2 of the contrasting colors. Really pleased that I did. Love them all. This Fruit Salad one was pretty heavy for, I think they call it a fingering, but I would argue it's almost like a it's pretty heavy for what they call a fingering. So, but I'm very happy with how it came out. It's so soft and smushy. I am really impressed with this Yarn Bee, what do they call it? The Authentic Hand Dyed Yarn Bee that I got. This is one of the tonals, but they have a bunch of them. You can get it at Hobby Lobby, and it is really beautiful. And I think they're like $15 instead of the $28 to $35 you'll pay for a hand dyed. So if you want that hand dyed look, but you don't have a hand dyed budget, might be something to check out because I'm really pleased with it. But then the this edging I really liked with that beautiful, I think it looks like copper color, and that's the Capuchin Bird. And then I just did a I-cord bind off. I couldn't remember what it was called. I did an I-cord bind off. So I'm very pleased. Oh, I love it. Let's see. I would wear it, but it doesn't quite go with the leopard. And you may not have figured this out yet. You will shortly if you haven't. But animal print is like my thing, okay? If it doesn't come in animal print, what's the point, really? When in doubt, wear animal print. But I do have some solid tops, and the only time I really don't wear animal print is either I'm wearing comfy clothes because I'm cleaning, or I'm wearing some of my knitting, and I don't want it to contrast. Oh, I have aren't these so cute? So I have the pair I wear sunglasses or glasses. They don't know me, y'all. I'm not affiliated in any way. But I have these, and I have, of course, 47 different animal print tops, but these are, oh my gosh, look at them. They're like mirrored iridescent. I'm obsessed with them. Okay. Anyway, you don't care about that. Why am I telling you about my glasses? Squirrel. So the next one is the Eden Fells Scarf by Helen Stewart. And I am using Ancient Arts Fiber Crafts Nettle Soft DK. A lot of words there. In the colorway Kismet, but I started this May 14th of 2018. What I will say is I love the pattern. I might have... Okay, so the printout is terrible, but it's supposed to look like that. And it's a great pattern. Love the pattern. I love the yarn. I have kind of put this in timeout because I don't love the yarn for the pattern. I think it's too dark. I thought it would be solid enough. See, I've started the border and I didn't get far, but you can kind of see, well, maybe you can't, and that's the problem. There's this beautiful pattern starting to emerge, and it's just knits and purls, but the pattern's gorgeous, but you can't see it. It's too dark. So I love this, but I am going to probably tear this out, use a different yarn for this pattern, and you put this beautiful yarn into a pattern where it works better. Oh, just in case you're curious, I always use wooden knitting needles. With the Raynaud's in my hands, they stay warmer and they're easier in my hands. They're just a little softer. I know wood doesn't seem like it would be soft, but compared to metal or the plastic, it's just more comfortable. So I always use a wooden needle. I rarely use straights, but I had some, and my other size, whatever this is, 7, was in use somewhere. So I was using them, but I pretty much have almost exclusively Knit Picks Dreams, I think is what I use. These don't look like Knit Picks though. These might be Knit Picks Dreams straights. Yeah, I think they are. But I have interchangeables that I usually use of the Knit Picks Dreams. But Anyway, so that one you'll see again, but restarting it with a different yarn. I have to go through my stash. There's a lot. I have it hidden all over. We're just gonna put these in the floor. Hopefully this is working well. Okay, oh, I know what this one is, and I'm so excited. Okay, this one, it's the Duga, D-U-G-A shawl by Janica York Carter. She did this as a collab with Expression Fiber Arts. If you do not know Expression Fiber Arts, pause this video. I mean, feel free to like it first, but pause this video, go find Expression Fiber Arts. Chandy, who owns Expression Fiber Arts, is the most wonderful human being on the planet. She's so sweet and wonderful. She has the most gorgeous yarns you've ever seen, and she works with so many amazing knit designers. She has crochet and knit patterns that they have on their site. If you sign up for their newsletter too, every Friday she has a free knit and a free crochet pattern, completely free. And they're stunning patterns, and she usually has a bunch that are free anyway. And she'll do a video and have a walkthrough of the new patterns that come out and show you a beautiful finished item and the yarn, which I want all the yarn and all the things. So you will hear me again doing more projects for sure on this gorgeous shawl, which I don't have a cover picture of, but it's a 7-color shawl. And I was like, well, this is a great way for me to stash bust, right? 7 colors, I can do this. No, I couldn't, because I bought the Expression Fiber Arts dried herb hues collection in their luster sport yarn base, which is so magic. It's like the softest sport yarn ever, and I would say it leans more toward a fingering. But anyway, so let me show you what I've got done, because I've just got it started, but I've started it in this gorgeous green. Nope, that's the back, not that you can tell, but in this gorgeous green. And it's going to be, I think it's a asymmetrical triangle when all said and done, but it's got short rows, so you have kind of triangles within the triangle of the 7 different colors. So I'll try to get a cover picture for next time, but it's beautiful and I'm obsessed with it, and it goes long, but you can see where the short rows come into play. So this is the green. Each color does not have its own name, so there is no name for this colorway. Expression Fiber Arts does sort of small batch hand-dyed specialty yarns. So for example, this dried herb hues, they had it until it was gone, and it's not coming back, which is a problem because I want all their yarn and I get fear of missing out, and I'm like, but it's legit because it's not gonna last. So yeah, it's a problem. Anyway, so this is the gorgeous green. I'm not necessarily doing them in this color, but the dried herb hues, man, that's a tongue tie, came with this green, this gorgeous purple, this rich deep purple, this like mauve-y color that I'm obsessed with, this gorgeous copper. It almost reminds me of like copper mixed with milk chocolate. I don't know how else to explain it. And these are the softest. These have such a nice bounce and squish, but it's also really soft. I know it's 50% merino. I want to say the other 50% is either alpaca or silk. I can't remember, but it's delicious. This beautiful like steely gray with just a tiny undertone of blue in it. And then this, hopefully you can see, is like a tealish color. It's like a rich, deep teal. And another purple. So these two next to each other, this one is like a lighter, dustier purple, and this one is a richer purple with undertones of plum, but also some colors of like deep raspberry, a little bit of that in there. So I love this. I'm so glad that I got these yarns while they were available. I can't wait to see how this knits up. It's so soft and wonderful to knit with this yarn. It's got enough heft to it that it's really comfortable in the hands for a long period of time, which for me is very important. But it's not so thick that it wears out my hands. It's just a really nice yarn. I wish I could get more in the colorway, but if I can figure myself out, I will link her YouTube and her stuff, all the things. I'll put all the bits in the description. So more to come on that. And yeah, I'm sure you'll see more of hers again. Oh, just kidding. I'm pretty sure this is another one. Okay, so the next one is, this is Slip Dream by Emma Lynn Knits. I started this September 3rd of 2022. I am using Expression Fiber Arts Amal fingering in 3 different colors, a green, a tan, and a pink, and I do have colorways for those. Pardon my slurp. You could tell I really needed the coffee. Oh, I love coffee. Hugging a mug right there, hugging a mug. So this one, I think, a lot of times I don't print the cover picture because I know what it's gonna look like, and I've got it on my Ravelry. Yeah. I will try, like I said, if I can figure out how to get my computer to talk to my iPhone to get this video to where I can edit it online, I'll put an image up here or up here somewhere, like there, so you can see what it's supposed to look like, because you can really tell I have this like whopping start. Woohoo! Just enough to say I started. But this Amal fingering is another one that's, oh, I have a band, I can tell you. This one is 60% baby alpaca, 20% linen. And I want to live in this yarn. Live in it. So this is what I've got my start with. This is Captivating, is what this colorway is called. It's that dusty pink. Then I have Flow, which is this gorgeous, like mossy green. Hopefully the ring light is showing up true. I know I've got light behind me, so I'm really hoping that all the colors are showing true because they are so gorgeous. Oh, it's so soft. And this is Enlighten, this beautiful like cream color. And I can't even, there are no words to describe the softness, but so squishy and plump and just, I don't know. They got some kind of witchcraft going on with their yarn because it's delightful. So that's my whopping start on that. Some of these might have a little bit more for you to go on. And what's in here? Oh, okay. So this is Stephen West. This is the, where'd it go? Aha, Woven Chevrons by Stephen West. I started this January 2nd of 2021. And I do not have my yarn written down, which is not normal. I'll figure out what yarns these are, and I'll tell y'all when I update on it next time I work on it. I'll get them on my card because they're supposed to be on my card. If you're just dying to know and have to know immediately, feel free to put it in the comments. I will let you know. But this has a picture. It's not color, but that's roughly what it'll look like. And I love Stephen West patterns because I look at it and I go, there's no way I could do that. That is way too advanced. I will never figure it out. But he has the best videos. If you are ever thinking about knitting a Stephen West, and you're concerned about it being too complicated, I am not an advanced knitter, y'all. I enjoy it. I am not in any way, shape, or form experienced, other than I just have too many projects. So he is great because he lays out all the steps. I haven't finished a shawl yet, but I've started many and I have quite a few kitted. But this is where I've gotten to. Again, small start. The only thing, and this is a personal preference, is that I am somebody who likes to cross things off, and it helps me stay organized, especially because I have many projects and I rotate through them. So I paused on this for a bit because his instructions will tell you how to do a thing and then say like, okay, do that, but 2 more times, and then do that, but like 6 more times. And I get too confused. I get lost where I am because it's too much like repeat this one and then repeat this one. And then, so just for the way my brain works, I like to have everything written out. So I'm going to go through and just in Word write all the things so I can do that like nice heavy line through it, because I also feel like I accomplished more. But originally I was going to do the border in this beautiful cream and then do the colors in the interior, but it has the cream color has kind of a, not a braid, like a kink to it. It almost looks curly. It reminds me of a ramen noodle. So when I was doing the I-cord, it just looked messier, and I didn't like that. I wanted my I-cord nice and crisp. So I'm excited to get back to this because I really love the colors. This is my border color. Well, maybe I can tell you what it is. Cascade Yarns. Please hold. Serrata, 70% baby llama, 30% silk. No wonder it feels delightful. I don't know the colorway. Did it say? Color 13. There you go. Color 13. And then, surprise, surprise, my other three. So this gorgeous, gorgeous cream. Oh, look at the shimmer on this. Just look at the shimmer. I hope you can see and appreciate the shimmer on this. The gorgeous cream. This rich, I'd call it raspberry, almost to a grape color. Oh, so yummy. And nice moss green. Am I getting like a vibe here? Because I think I've had moss green in 3 of these projects. These are all Expression Fiber Arts, and they are Seacoast Fingering, 12% alpaca, 83% Pima cotton, and 5% polyamide. And it is so smooth. This one's called Ebb Tide, this colorway, but oh, so smooth. And it has that, it's like a soft cotton. It's a cotton that doesn't feel, sometimes cotton dries up my hands and feels kind of rough. It doesn't have that, and it gives it a beautiful sheen as well. So I really enjoy this yarn. Go figure. Like I said, I don't work for Expression Fiber Arts. I just love their stuff. They don't know me. Uh-oh. I lost a card. It's on the floor. I'll deal with it later. Okay, we gotta get, this is another one with Expression Fiber Arts. I gotta mix it up a little here. You're gonna get sick of hearing them. Okay, so this is one. In case you're wondering about the bags, so a bunch of them were semi-poorly made by yours truly. A bunch of them I bought randomly online. If you really are dying to know where I got some of the bags, let me know in the comments, and I can try to look it up and like put a note on my card for the ones that I did buy. I used to use project bags for my cross stitch too, and I had sewn, I don't know, like 40 of them, but it just wasn't working for me. So I switched to the clear zipper bags, and I went through and boxed the corner on a bunch of the ones that I'd made so I could then use them for knitting. Okay, this is the Instant Gratification Scarf by Cyn, C-Y-N. I started this April 2nd of 2022. This is an unknown bulky weight novelty yarn that I used. Where is it? Or that I'm using. This was one like just sort of random hair, wild hair. And it really is quick. You can see how fast it's going, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I just kind of put it off. But this is where I've gotten to. And it has this really cool iridescent shimmer throughout it, but it's got browns and that burnt orange and some creams, very fall. But like I said, I have no idea what this is. I found it in a local yarn store in Ohio. Somebody locally made it and they only sold it in their store. I don't know who it was. I don't remember what the store was. I bought it years ago. And so I saw this pattern and thought, hey, that's a great way to give this some purpose. But I enjoy that. The scarf, as you can see, is pretty open. Lots and lots of drop stitches here. Not drop stitches, what's it called? Yeah, drop stitches. With the twist. I think so. So it goes really quick, and it'll be a quick finish when I get back to it, but I get distracted by all the shiny things. Okay, let's see, what's in here? What's in here? What's in here? What's in here? Okay, another Expression Fiber Arts, but I can't help it, they're so gorgeous. Okay, this is the Etude, E-T-U-D-E, number 2 shawl by Expression Fiber Arts. I started this December 13th of 2020. And it will probably be December of like 2087 when I finish this, because it's gorgeous. But I'm using their alpaca silk lace. You hear that? Alpaca silk lace. Yes, it feels as magical as you imagine it does. Alpaca silk lace, okay? In Librist and Sommelier. So Librist is this gorgeous, it almost reminds me of steel. It's not gray, it's not blue. I would call it steel color. And then Sommelier, I haven't even wound yet. It's this color. And oh man, the softness is real. And again, I don't know. I'm real bad with these cover pictures, everybody. I'm sorry. But go find it on, okay. I kind of halfway have one. Ta-da! So it's this long, very flowy triangle shawl. And that's why it's going to take me 100 years to finish it, because it is in lace weight, which I almost never use. And hold on, we're all wrapped. And it is going to be so gorgeous. It's going to be so flowy and like fluid and just, it's going to be stunning. But it takes 1,000 years to knit a row in this lace. 1,000 years. And it's so soft, but it makes it hard to hold on to for me because I have the issues with feeling in my hands. It's so soft, it's like slippery. But oh man, it's good. When it's done, it's probably going to be my obsession. However, until that point, I'm going to be knitting forever on this thing. I need to get 12 inches. What is that, like 12 inches before I even get to the next section in color, and then I repeat that like 100 times. So beautiful, love the pattern, love the fiber. I'm gonna be dead before it's done. Sometimes that's how it goes. So that might be one that I need to put myself on a schedule. Like, okay, I'm gonna do, even if I did 30 minutes or an hour once a week and just committed myself to that so I get some movement, that would be good. Coffee. Cabin Path Shawl by Helen Stewart. Okay, this one. So Helen Stewart, as far as patterns, is my girl, because she writes out every line, meticulous, every single line of like, do this, do this, do this, do this. Doesn't matter if it repeats 1,000 times. And like some of her patterns, it'll say right side, here's what you do, wrong side, here's what you do. And she'll say right side, wrong side in the pattern, but I can follow every single line. And this magical woman gives you a literal stitch count for every single line. Every one. I'm not that great at keeping on top of things, if you haven't noticed, surprise, surprise. So that's really helpful to me. But I am using Dark Wave Fibers Superwash Singles, which is a fingering, in Bunny and the Bramble, and Dashing Mouse Designs Mr. Mouse's Superwash Sock in Spring Green. So check these colors out. This is Bunny and the Bramble. Look at that. It's so much fun. It has browns and creams and peaches and pinks and purples and oranges and greens. Did I mention green? I think I already said green. But it is like spring in a ball of yarn. And then this is the spring green. And I mean, oh my gosh, look at this color. It's so saturated and so happy and just yummy. So those are my yarns. Let me see. Maybe I have a cover page. Aha! This is the Cabin Path shawl. So it looks like that. Yeah, like that. Can you see that? So it's just this beautiful shawl with 2 colors. You know my 2 colors. And I love this. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So this is where I'm at. Pardon my, sometimes it's hard to uncurl it on the, but this is where I'm at. So you can see my Bunny and the Bramble and then my spring green comes in on those accent rows. It's going to be so pretty. So, so pretty. Really enjoy stitching on it. And it's simple enough that I can just knit on it. I keep saying stitch because I'm thinking cross stitch, but that I could knit on it, but it's got enough to the pattern that it's not boring. Does that make sense? So, I got a big old basket over here and a big old basket over here. So I'm going to try to pump this up a little. I'm going to show you this super big one first. So this is Sharon's Glamping Blanket by Casapinka. I started this during the actual knit along in December of 2020. I'm using Loops and Threads Charisma yarn. I'm using the Sage is the green, which I'll show you in a minute. So I'm using Sage, the light gray, the denim, and the blossom are the colors. So I am way behind. Obviously, this has been over for 2 years, but this is where I've gotten, which for me in a blanket is pretty good. Just let you see that for a bit. And each of these sections are just fun. And it's a bulkier yarn, which is kind of nice sometimes, but I have to knit on it in short spurts. So this is obviously the, let me get these names again. This is the green is the Sage. So there's the Sage, and the blossom is the pink, light gray, and the denim. So it was nice because I had a coupon like you do. You never go to Hobby Lobby without a coupon or them having some sort of sale. Although everything's always on sale. So is it really on sale? I'm onto you, Hobby Lobby. But I mean, I'm still a sucker for it. I'm like, oh, it's 50% off. Yeah, always. So really a beautiful pattern. And I do want to finish this. I will finish this. I'm just not in a rush. I'll get to it, okay? I have a knitting needle in here that's just like, where do you think that came from? You did come from in here. Can't lose our needles, that's no good. Make it awfully hard to knit. My other blanket project is in here. When my youngest was in the oven in April of 2022, I started this. This is the framed stripes baby blanket. It's from one of those like 60 quick baby blanket books by somebody. I'll find the book and let you know, but I don't have the name because it was from a book. It wasn't in my Ravelry. But I used Yarn Bee True Colors Super Bulky in Amber Glow, Ivory, and September Sage. And you can pretty much see exactly what it's going to look like. I just need to do more repeats. But it was meant to be a baby blanket, but they do not call for a super bulky, and I went for a super bulky. So it's going to really be more of like a lap blanket. But he doesn't use a blanket until he's older anyway. So it's only when we're cuddling. So it'll be a lap blanket for in his room when we're cuddling and I'm putting him to bed or whatever. And I just love the colors. He has a safari bedroom, so this will also go with the theme. But I think it's a good boy palette without being the kind of overt blues and whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I like those colors too. All right, we're getting somewhere. Okay, this is A Slight Breeze by Christy Becker. It's a lightweight scarf. I'm using the I can never say this. I say Arusiana, but that's not right. Arusiana Mana worsted in tangerine. It's this one. However you say that. It's that. And I started this March 23rd of 2021. This is what it's going to look like. Is that too close? Now I'm worried I'm too close. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. Am I too close? Am I not close enough? I don't know. But this is this beautiful, it's so soft. I got this in somebody's clearance bin somewhere. And it is very soft and silky and just delicious. But again, because it's so silky, it slips. It's a little tricky to knit with, and that's why I haven't gotten farther, because this is going to be so pretty and so soft. But it's slippy and it just slides around. And it's one of those ones that because it's so slippy, you have to kind of tug on it to keep your tension consistent. It's very hard to keep consistent tension because it's just so slick. Okay. I know some folks are going to want to know where I have my stitch markers from too. I'm a little obsessed with buying stitch markers. I have a giant thing of them. Maybe I'll confess to you someday. Today ain't that day. If you want to know, I'll try to look up before my next, when I get into a routine of updates, I'll try to go through and make sure I know where I got them from. About half of them though I made myself. Alrighty. Another Stephen West. This is Shawlography. So before I tell you the yarns, I started this in October of 2021. I do not think I have a cover picture. I do not. But, oh, maybe I do. Nope, I failed. But if you look up Shawlography, I mean, a billion people did it. And I decided, I had all these colorways, and I thought, you know what? These are too mellow. This is Stephen West, y'all. If we're going to be wild, we're going to be wild with the Stephen West shawl. So I went like total, just like raspberry, so just like, makes me think of sherbet. That's what my colors make me think of. So I have, what do I have? Apple Tree Knits, Plush Fingering, and Peach Taffy. Cascade Yarn, Serrata in Red Violet and Bluestone. So pretty. And then I have Unexpected Yarns Twist Sock in Limeade, which is possibly one of my favorite colors, and the Valdani Softest Sock in Ice Pop. And I'm obsessed with them. And I need to get back to this. I obviously have not gotten far. Oops, that's the back. But I've got that first big section done. I love how it looks. Once I block it too, it's going to be really fun. And then I'm working on, try to flip that out for you, working on this slip stitch section. And I just love, these colors just make me think of happiness. Like, it's just like summer and childhood and sorbet, and it just is so much fun. And I love, love, love the way it looks, and I love working on it, and I need to do more things on it. These two though are my favorite, and they have nice, I don't think you can see that in the camera, but there's some really nice variegation in both of them. Subtle enough, but also bold enough you can see it when you knit, which is fun. All right, coffee break. So I had a rough couple days. Forgive the extra coffee, but I'm always gonna have coffee because it's coffee. Why would you not? I had an ear infection and they put me in an antibiotic and did not inform me that when you're on this certain antibiotic, your skin gets really sensitive to sun, even tiny amounts. So I was just out doing my normal errands. I wasn't sunbathing. And I woke up the next morning and my face was bright red, swollen, and covered in blisters. I had the worst sunburn. I felt so sick. I was nauseous. I was just it hurt so much. It really was, I had gotten this like 2nd or 3rd degree sunburn on my face. Just, it was miserable for several days. So I'm extra tired from just recovering from that. I'm still getting over it. I was super annoyed that nobody told me about that or to be careful or anything. So what are you gonna do? But that's why I'm extra attached, as you get. Alrighty, let's see what fun things in here. Giant Elves by Barbara Benson. So this I started in July of 2020. I'm using Premier Yards Mega Tweed, which I don't think they make anymore, in their mauve tweed, super bulky. This is from a book. I think you can get the pattern on Ravelry too. Oh, I got some yarn barf, hold on. But it's gonna be, okay, I'll try to, where does this go? I think this is the back. So here it is. Let me show you like this. Here it is. Mine actually helped have the light behind it. It'll stand out, the pattern will stand out a little more when it's blocked, but it's going to be like a caplet, is that what they call it? Where it's like a shawl, but you hem it so that it sits over your shoulders. And I'm really enjoying it. It's nice and smushy and just warm and cozy. The pattern, I think, is easier to see in person. On the camera, it may not show very well. I'm actually knitting it this way, but when you wear it, it'll go this way. But it's just a nice, not very complicated, but interesting enough pattern. I have many more balls of yarn to go into it. It just hasn't gotten priority. Having children kind of interferes with all these life plans as it does. But we're getting there, little by little, right? It's for fun. We're here to enjoy ourselves. I got a rogue ball of gray. This goes with our Sharon blanket. Okay. Do, 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 do. Oh, I love this one. Well, I think I say that about all of them, but Sharon Air by Casapinka. I am behind. I was on track, and then I had a big old situation, which I'll tell you about in a minute. So this is August of 2022. I started this, and I bought the Miss Babs Yummy 2-ply colorway set in the colorway of Mushroom, which I'll show you those colors in a minute. Let me just show you this beauty. Look at this. This was a mystery knit along, so I don't have a cover picture printed because I didn't have one at the time. But I am just obsessed with this. I love it. 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 I'm just noticing this sort of like cream and burnt orange and green is like a thing for me. So pretty though. I just love it. However, I was started into this section, starting with this cream and this red, and I had counted my stitches at the end of every section. So I counted at this end of this section and I was fine. And then I've done, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 rows, and something was not adding up. And I don't know what in the world I did, but I am literally, I think it's either 17 or 19 stitches over. So somewhere in those couple of rows, and this row is just knits, so it's somewhere in this pattern, I think, I was not paying attention or I got way off, and this one has a lot of yarn overs and things, so I think I can take back to here, to this cream, but I have to count and see. But something happened, and yours truly was apparently not paying attention, and I just like yarned over way too much or something, because I am way over on stitches. So then the pattern wasn't working right, and I was very confused, and I got frustrated, and I put it away. So I need to get this back out when have some time in the morning where I'm kind of fresh and can think better. But the colors I'm using, so this is moss. This is called white peppercorn. We have bittersweet chocolate, which I have not gotten to a section with this yet in the pattern, so you didn't see that in what I showed you. And then, where'd you go? This is turkey red, which is a really nice red. Burnt orange, reddish color. Thanksgiving for sure. Turkey red is a absolutely perfect name. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So yeah, that one needs some time and attention to figure it out. 2 more. Stay with me. Ooh, yarn in my lip gloss. That's no good. Okay, this is the powder wrap by Casapinka. Started this September of 2021. I'm using Miss Babs Big Silk in worsted, it's worsted weight in Beryl, B-E-R-Y-L. Which, look at this color. Oh, it's so yummy. And it's just so smushy. Oh, it's smushy, smushy, smushy. Or am I the only one who smushes my yarns? Oh, smush it. Do I have a cover picture? I don't think so, but I'm gonna look just in case we get lucky. This is an absolutely beautiful single color shawl. Oh, I do. This is why I like to check, because sometimes I surprise myself. Accidentally prepared. Here we go. So this beautiful shawl, you can just see all the stitch work in there, knit work, but just beautiful lace work, and it's nice because you don't have to fuss around with too many colors like in my other ones. I think this is the only one I have right now that's a single yarn, and it's really pretty. And the yarn speaks for itself, but it also is very, and this will be an asymmetrical triangle, as I'm sure you could probably tell, but this yarn just shows off the stitches so well. Sorry, my needle is all twisted, and so it shows off the stitches very well, and when it's blocked, you'll see them even better. So you can see that there. That one needs a little time as well. They all need time and attention. Time and attention. Time is something I'm short on, and my attention span. Yeah, right, that's funny. Oops, did I slosh? I didn't. Don't worry, the coffee's safe. Thought I spilled some. That would have been a crisis. Okay, this last one, I kind of go back and forth on if I'm going to finish it. This is one of the first projects I ever started when I learned to knit. It is a free pattern. I don't even know. Oh, I do have a card. This is a summer beach bag. It's a pattern from a YouTube channel that's no longer posted. I don't think the channel even exists anymore. I started it in June of 2020. I'm using Lily Sugar and Cream Solids in Potpourri, or Solids and Denims it says in Potpourri. I don't know. The Lily Sugars and Creams in the colorway Potpourri. I had gotten a cone at some kind of warehouse sale. I think it's a... Did I get this at the Premier Yarns sale? They haven't been doing it, their warehouse sale, for a couple of years with COVID and then with shortages on inventory. But I think I got this at Premier Yarn sale. But I can't link you to it. It was, like I said, it was a free pattern. It's pretty simple. But I don't have it anymore. I just have it on an index card. Fortunately, I wrote it down. And it's a cute beach bag, I think. Yeah, this is how it'll go. And I'll seam up the bottom. So this is the bottom of the bag. I'll seam this up. I don't have too much more to go. A couple more inches, I think, of the bag pattern. So it'll go a couple more inches. Then I'll do a similar edging, and then you do a strap where you basically kind of go halfway around, knit a bunch of stitches, connect it, and then you can finish casting off, kind of thing. So I like it. It's just not, I always reach for something else. And this is that Lily and Threads cotton is more of what I call a workhorse cotton, where it's rougher, it sucks the moisture out of my hands, something fierce. So it's just not as comfortable to knit with, but there's nothing wrong with it, and I like it. But I'm also kind of wondering where in the world I would use this bag. Pardon my reaching, I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. So I am not going to do a giveaway on this video today, but I would expect to see me give away yarn in other videos, because I'm not going to say I have too much, because I don't believe you can have too much of a good thing. It's just me. I mean, can you really? You see, oh, I got my sparkles on. Did you see? Sparkle plenty. That's what my grandmother used to always say. Sparkle plenty. I even showered today for you all, and I have like a real shirt and jean shorts on. You're welcome. This is like second date material. This is a big deal. See, you know what? Tangent again. I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh, but I will definitely be looking through my stash, and I would love to share some of this, because I have more yarn than I'll ever use. And you know, you get a new project you get excited about, then you start looking at yarn. And so half the time when I start something new and I find a new pattern, and I'm like, oh, but I want this yarn. And so I buy a different yarn for it. Instead of going in my stash like a good girl, I am naughty, and I do not apologize for it. Naughty knitter right here. Maybe that should be my hashtag for this video, the naughty knitter. But anyway, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so I have a big stash and I will go through it and I will share some of my yarn love with you in future videos. So just like with my cross stitch, I'd rather share it with the wonderful folks who enjoy this hobby and share it with me and enjoy spending time on my channel and seeing what I'm doing than just letting it sit in a bin for another 20 years. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I will be back with a quilting WIP parade at some point, and then I'm going to start regular updates. I'm thinking roughly every 2 weeks. Don't hold me to that till I figure out my cadence, but I'm working on it. Awesome. Thanks all. Bye.